Yes, people, welcome to Never a Foul. Don't go anywhere because Moyes might get sacked. And it's about time he gets sacked because he's a fraud and he's always been a fraud. And we've got someone to talk to you about that very, very soon. And not just that, someone has to slip up this weekend and it might just be Manchester United. We haven't won 3 consecutive away games since about in the 1960s. Yeah, doing that is going to be hard. Stats are relevant. In this case, not GA merchants like some of you watching me right now. But other than that, got a big panel today. I'm glad you guys can hear me and I'm not just, on mute again for the third time in a row. Actually, tell a lie. Nearly just did it a minute ago. Yeah, kind of unmuting my camera, not my mic. Stupid. I wish I had my sound effects ready now. Other than that, let's see what some of you guys are saying, man. I think there's about, oh shit, there's like 20 of you in there already. You must love me. Anyways, comments pop up. Let's go. Let's see what some of you saying. I can see Sid always the first comment in here. Let me go get a couple of you guys up. Pause. Big up, guys. Chelsea moving for Enzo is great news, but mad price. Yep, that's right. Looks like you guys are gonna win him. I don't mind that, to be fair. You're just gonna destroy him. Let's face it. But yeah, but he's a big asset for what Potter needs. Now some of you might believe in him rather than being a hypocrite and saying that you've always believed in him. Chelsea OG, early big up. Enzo wrapped up like a present. That's right. Luke Collett, big up from Man United fan. Talked to him on Instagram. Says smash the like button and subscribe. Bocanio is saying, Man, you just slip up. These people always trying to bring us down. Who's these people? I'm a Man United fan, as you can see. It's just a question. It's not rhetorical. So remember that in mind, innit? It's just you just got caught by the bait. Yusuf says, I can see Arsenal slipping up this week. Yusuf, I think you say this every single week without fail. I think you're up there with I think you're worse than Ilias for some of these takes. But you know what? I'm gonna back you on this one, Yusuf. I'll back you on that one. Brighton away is not easy at all, not with De Zerbi in there. And someone to talk on Brighton's midfield, attack, I think Ty knows a little bit more than myself about this manager. BLE review says, hi, big up yourself. Also, guys, just make sure you do a favor and smash the like button. It's right there. You can see it. It's nice, early, and free. Take 2 seconds of your time to do so. We're going to get into talking about previews of the game. As I said, we've got a good panel for you. There's 3 out of 4 hosts on today. Someone decided he has to go work and be normal. Do you get what I mean? Big up Sophia's Football Talk. One of our members says, big up the NAF family. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Daniel, Jack Napier. Oh my God, Jack Napier, yeah. Jack, first comment in here, you could have said, you know what? Big up anyone, shut your mouth in the background. And first comment, and you're getting onto someone. Mad. Samuel Ingram as well, Mike, and obviously a couple others. Someone just wants to be on the stream, man. Little do they realize that someone might be watching. And I'm talking about the hamster. But yeah, man, let me just get into the panel. Pause. One by one, as you can see, each and every one of them who's here. So I'm going to start doing it one by one. First, I suppose you could say he's actually hosting today in a way. Get back into the mix of things, being out of it a little bit. He went out to Manchester. I feel like he took my seat. It's funny, yeah, how I didn't have no way to get to Manchester, and all of a sudden, Ty and his mate decide, yeah, you know what? We're gonna drive. Narcas, we're not gonna drive you, but yeah, man.
You joker. That last minute trip was a bit of a madness. I'm never doing that again. Forget it.
Yeah, man. But the people can see you, Ty. What are you saying, man?
I'm blessed, man. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I'm be back. I'm not even gonna lie. The way we got Lawless on as a guest yet, and you went that fraud. This I was like, raw. Not even. He didn't even let him have breakfast. He just come for him.
To me, Lawless is not a fraud. What I saw him do is go on AFTV and call out Arsenal fans. That's all I need to see.
Yeah, I love Lawless, man. Lawless holds it down every single time. That's why I thought it'd be good to get him on, especially with what's going on. Big up Mo as well, and everyone that's watching. I hope everyone had a good Christmas, celebrating and that. And yeah, man, it's time to hit 2023, man.
100%. And also, next guest. Also, by the way, guys, you can put this in 2K. One thing I forgot to do, though, Ty, is put you in 2K. My bad.
Well, I'm
Like
watching it
you still
adapted on
look
the
clean
screen.
on
It
my
looks
screen. You
nice.
still look very clean. But guys, you can watch this in 2K. Hit the gear. You can press 1440p, and then your screen's gonna look even better. Unless you got dusty talk connection, it's not my problem. Mo, that's all I'm gonna say is Mo. Clean haircut in the building. Usually do shows all the time, all the way in Germany at the moment. And to be fair, if it wasn't for Mo, none of this would actually be happening. Like all what you can see on the screen, all the effects, which we all create, literally nothing's preset. But if it wasn't for Mo, then this wouldn't happen. So looking clean at the moment. It looks like you know, what you got your Inter Milan top on, I believe, as well.
Streaming, man. I just miss
I think they
streaming.
can. Yeah, I think they can hear you now. They should be able to.
I miss streaming. This is all I'm gonna say. Like, to be honest with you, 3 days without streaming is too much for me. The last time I streamed with Daps, that marathon that we did 4 streams, that Boxing Day thing, and then I missed streaming. But I hope everybody's well in the chat. I hope everybody is looking forward to the games. I hope that everybody. I'm waiting for someone to slip, to be honest. I was like, oh, it's Man United, Arsenal, who's gonna slip? And it doesn't look like anybody is slipping this time, but I think
Nah,
that we'll talk about it. But
someone's team who
I have
is
I have someone in mind that I think they're gonna slip.
well, someone who is slipping down the table, and we know firsthand, Ty, how bad his conferences are, how his mentality just it just doesn't speak well to me. Always starts off well, speaks well, then ends up, you know, playing like the victim. Like, yeah, it is what it is. But other than this guy, got a bit of stick from Arsenal fans during this week. I don't know. I'm not too sure if he did apologize or not. He should never, ever apologize to a fan base across the pond either. What is the point? Unless it's that bad. Fuck Arsenal fans. Fuck Arsenal. But I'm going to do, you know, that's just, you know, content creator me talking. Host talking me saying, you better win the league past City. But it's about him today and it's about his team as well. Actually, is it about his team, Ty?
They got a big game tonight, boy.
Well,
Big.
Well, we're
big
gonna have to
game
see,
tonight.
man. What are you saying, Dan, man?
All I'm gonna say is my missus' dad is obviously a season ticket holder, home and away, West Ham, and he was at my house yesterday, and he was like, he's gone by the end of the month, by January. So let's see what Lawless says.
Mm.
And he's die hard as well.
Die hard. You're in a screenshot now, Lawless, man.
I'm in.
Your name's Lawless, but you're apologizing to Arsenal fans. What's going on? You're not living up to your name.
No, I ain't apologize. Like, look, I can admit when I'm wrong or when a player's proved me wrong on something. That's, to me, that's not apologizing. I don't apologize to these freaks
It's too late
that
to apologize.
get overly sensitive and overly offended.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. This was my mindset because I do box to box with Turkish every game. And a lot of the time, usually I'm kind of harsh on Arsenal. And the fans, you know, they lose their minds. And I'm like, okay, cool. I've criticized their team. They're obviously going to get offended. This time, I was so positive on the team, on Saka. I made one comment based on what I see in the England game. Yeah. And they lost their shit. I thought, like, after that show, I thought, do you know what? They're going to be happy. They can't complain. I've bigged them up massively. And they lost their mind. And it's cool. Like, the thing is, I can take banter, yeah? And, like, my guy Potts clipped me up with the watch along, all of that. It was funny. But, yeah, it's certain people, like, if I've worked with you on stuff or you know me, like, just at me. Like, you know what I mean? At me and go, oh, yeah, your fucking take was crazy. Like, whatever. Don't. You know what I mean? Do tweets about me and don't even at me. That's what sets me off, you know, in a different way.
Oh, pause.
Is that I don't get this, but I feel like shit sounds. I don't know if I can swear, but I think stuff sounds more suspect when you say pause because it shows your mind. That's where your mind is.
That's the point. That is the point.
You gotta pause the pause, mate.
Yeah.
Pause the pause.
I don't know if Daps is gonna like that one because you know what? I just blame Daps. You know what? Anything that happens, I just blame Daps. He started this.
Why you're just saying pause to everything? You're just pausing all the time. And we can't keep the show going.
Yeah, I know. Nah, we keep the flow showing. I know you like to keep the flow going. You know what I'm saying? You nasty, you know what I'm saying?
Pause? I don't know. I don't know the pause rules.
Anything that sounds dirty, yeah, even if it doesn't, the context is the whole point is just to say pause, isn't it?
It's mad. It's mad.
Over 50 people in here, 44 likes. The ratio is booming. Make sure, I guarantee about 20 or 30 of you have not smashed the like button either. And as you can see, I'm not putting a live chat up there today because yesterday someone decided to put a certain comment and that. So I think I'm going to ban it, and I just couldn't bother to change the overlay. How about that? So you guys can't view it. You can view it yourselves by changing up your phones. And I'm going to keep it smooth. Only because Dan's in it and he got abused in it. So I'm just going to keep it a bit like that. But first game on the agenda is actually your game. It's the first kickoff, I believe, today.
Mm-hmm.
Declan Rice versus, Coutinho up in a London derby. What are we saying about that game, man? Big game for you. Your manager, is this his last game? You're not a big fan. I saw your tweet last night. I was going to bring it up on the screen, but can't be bothered. I think you can just say it live and direct without me needing to bring anything up, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is a huge game. I think he should have gone before the World Cup. Personally, I thought that would have been the best time to get rid of him and to have this time to get a new manager in and get them settled. But they waited. We knew we was going to lose the Arsenal game. I had no problem with that. But the approach for me was just the same old. And then tonight now, for me, there's nowhere to hide. If he loses this, if he don't win, a draw is not good enough. And to me, even if he wins, that's not turning me around. That's not going to change things massively for me. I'd have to see us look completely different and just dominate Brentford for me to start to think that maybe there's hope. Because we've beaten Fulham and Wolves and that at home, and we didn't look convincing in those games. So as much as we need 3 points, that's not going to change me on Moyes. So I can't see us winning this game. We're not scoring goals from
At
open
home.
play. At home, yeah.
It's not like it's an away game, though. Come on, surely a little bit of faith.
I don't know.
So then he doesn't have enough in the bank for you, like with the last 3 seasons or something. He doesn't have, like, I just, what is the ambition here? Is to get top 4? Because you got 5th one season, 6th, and then 7th the other season, in 3 seasons in a row. Yes, he's slipping this year. Maybe the mix, because now with Paqueta coming in, it's a different style. Kerr in the back. It takes a bit of a while for a manager to get used to. Like, Lucas Paqueta is kind of a different type of player than the likes that you had before. So if you get rid of this guy, you're expecting someone on a top manager that will get you like top 6 regularly, or where do you go from here if this guy loses the game today? Where do you go from here?
10 losses in 16 games, mate. 10 losses in 16 games. That's what we're looking at. We ain't sitting here going, do you know what? Moyes ain't getting us Champions League. He's got to go. Like, I honestly think if we keep this man, we get relegated. Our form this year in the league is diabolical. Not this season. You look at the whole year. The only teams we've beaten, like Norwich, Bournemouth, Fulham, Wolves. We've only beaten teams down there in the relegation sort of zone, in and around floating there. We're not beating any decent teams. So the whole year has been complete garbage. If we didn't have this break and that was a whole season, this calendar year, we'd be relegated.
And you're pointing to the manager. It's just the manager's fault.
Yeah, because the manager has been given £170 million, right? £170 million. Okay, you look at that and go, yeah, if you're trying to build something, there may be a little drop off, right? Sometimes you got to go backwards to go forward. But the drop off is spectacular. You shouldn't be getting that sort of spend. And then all of a sudden now we're looking at relegation. And the problem is it's not just the new signings. It's not a case of, these new signings ain't bedding in well. It's the players from last season as well. The players like the Bowens and the Creswells and
getting relegated.
Ain't been levels. Yeah.
You're getting relegated. I guess what's going to happen? Millwall's going to come up. You're going to go down.
Yeah,
Can you imagine? Oh my days!
If that happens, Moyes needs to go to jail. Like, never mind getting sacked.
Millwall looking very good this season.
That'd be mad. Do you know what? Yeah, it's interesting because Mo even said to Lawless, hasn't he got credit in the bank because the last 3 years? I'll be honest with you, Mo. I don't know if it's different elsewhere. Obviously, I know you're based in America and stuff like that, but kind of in England here, that's then. This is now. Thomas Tuchel won the Champions League at Chelsea. He gets to a point where the board are like, right, we want to make a change. Just because Moyes got to Europa League final and done little bits like that, it doesn't mean it gives him a license to then semi-final. That gives him the license to then sort of have extra time. I think what football fans live in is the current here and now. And West Ham are struggling to score goals, 10 and 16, like Lawless said. And to be honest, when you look at David Moyes, we had him like Cass said at Manchester United. I just feel like he's one of them managers that once his method is working, that's his method working. Once it starts unraveling, he hasn't really got a plan B to sort of get it going again. And I just feel like the way his personality is as well, and you've got players coming in, like you said, Kere, you've got Paqueta, who are more like Brazilian, sort of German, they're more like coming from a big background of great football history. Once they start seeing that Moyes sort of flat go down, they ain't going to be like really on board with it. There's already links with the former Leipzig manager, Tedesco, for West Ham. And like, he's got that European sort of, you know, that ball knowledge, and sort of, you can imagine getting the best out of the youth. And having someone like him at West Ham, you probably see would get on board with a lot more players, because obviously he's a bit more diverse. And West Ham are going down that route of signing sort of European quality trying to players. So
you know what the funny thing is about that, Ty, is Moyes said he wants to do the Leipzig model at West Ham. He literally
see,
that,
you know what I mean?
said,
No chance.
But you're not going to get it.
You're not going to get that.
If he won the Europa League, I would be so patient right now. I would chill. I would like to think so. Anyway, who knows? But if he won that Europa League, is a different story. But just get into a semi-final.
It doesn't. Yeah, exactly. It can happen. And you just said it. I didn't know that. So you're looking at Tedesco, and then he said he wanted to do the Leipzig model. So there you go. It goes hand in hand. They've probably heard that and then thought, oh, maybe we can look at their own manager. So yeah, man, I just think David Moyes is sort of at the end of it. And do you know what? It is, Mo. Did you expect Moyes to get to a Europa League semi-final? Probably not. Do you expect him to finish 5th or 6th, like in them seasons? Maybe some might have, but most might have not. He kind of maximized what he could do at West Ham. So get someone else in and go again before it's too late. Because even if they win 2 or 3 games, you know that it's not sustainable. And I'm sure that a lot of fans like Lawless feel like even if you win 2 or 3, you kind of past it now anyway. You just want a change. Sometimes you just want what you want.
Can you believe he's never in his whole career, in 70 games, never beaten a top 6 side away from home in the league? Never.
What?
Including Man United, his time at Man United.
I know he hasn't beat United, but
he ain't beat Arsenal away. He ain't beat Man City away.
Even in his prime Everton days.
Even in his prime Everton days. That's the stat. I think it was top 6, top 4, one of them. So, he has no ambition as a manager. To me, I feel like, yes, he sort of got us up there for a few seasons, but I don't think he can sustain it. I think he should be, and I'm not even trying to be funny, I'm just my genuine opinion. I think he should be managing teams like Norwich or Burnley who don't have much funds, because that seems to be the issue. Give this man money, he don't know what to do with it. Yeah. But he can get the best out of a little amount, give you a couple of seasons, and then maybe you'll drop off a bit, and he sold our stadium and moved to this ground to push on as a club. So and listen, this league, mate, there's so much quality. You know, Newcastle are emerging now, and then there's other teams. We can see teams like Fulham push up, and you know, Brighton's or Palace's. There's so much. The competition is fierce, so you can't afford to drop off and get left behind, because you'll get overtaken. It's not like years ago where you could just, like Everton days, he could just be the best of the rest.
Yeah, finish 7th, 8th every year. And
you could do that in those days, because the drop-off in quality was massive from the top 4 to the rest of the teams. He could not do what he did at Everton today, with how much quality there is throughout the league and how much other teams are spending. Aston Villa got Emery now. I think they're going to kick on.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you, then, Dan. How much Declan Rice looks like he's on his way out, right?
Yeah.
So how much do you reckon he's going to be worth this summer? And that's just a round up on a Brentford game or a West Ham game as well, because it's ultimately around if you can keep him or not. And if he goes, you're gonna have to command a higher fee for him, high enough where you can replace him, and it's gonna be hard to replace Basmati Rice. And I think he's bang average, bro. Like, I'll be honest. Like, no, he's good. But he's not, for me, he's not elite. He'll always be a good or very good player like a Mason Mount. Good at what he does, good at his position, etc., etc. But I don't think he'll ever be elite as what people make him out to be. Like, I think he's definitely a talent, but it doesn't mean he's going to be an elite talent. Do you get what I'm coming? That's what I'm coming across. Like, he's your boy, innit?
About elite. I don't consider Harry Kane to be elite.
I agree. He's a very good Actually, he's a very good footballer and everything. But if you ain't gonna win your trophies and that, mate, you ain't gonna be elite in my eyes.
Gas likes Calvin Phillips more.
I like Calvin Phillips more than Declan Rice. Yes, I do. I think he offers more. I think he offers more.
Walking sick note. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
and I still rather sick note over Declan Rice.
You'd rather sign Phillips over Rice.
Yes, because he can do more.
Yeah, listen, he'll keep your medical staff in a job. He'll keep them busy and active.
I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
look, for me, it's just I only like I'm going off the aesthetics thing, innit? Not no stats or anything. I get it. He's injury prone, but he done it for Leeds by himself in the midfield, right? So that's one aspect for me. He can spray a ball, dictate, and that's the kind of DM I quite like. He can play in a single pivot where Declan Rice can't. John Stones in the World Cup had to tell Declan Rice where to really be and command him there, where you don't have to do that for Phillips. Like there's IQ levels. I think for me, Phillips has just got a bit of a higher range and a higher IQ, and what he could offer maybe towards my team more than what a Declan Rice can do, right? Like, I don't want Jude Bellingham. Yeah, I mean, I would love Jude Bellingham, but for my team, I don't want him. Do you know what I mean? I think there's better suited players like a Frankie De Jong for Man United. That's just an example. So that's the way I'm kind of thinking of. But as a total footballer, I still think De Jong is a better football player than Bellingham. I think he's just as a football player. But that's the one I'm going off. Calvin Phillips is a better footballer than Declan Rice, and that's a given. And I feel like if you was to put them in, when I talk about football, I'm talking about technical raw ability. If you put them in a five-a-side match, mate, Declan Rice ain't getting near Calvin Phillips.
But they don't play five-a-side.
Yeah,
They
but
play
I'm just
11
saying is that in terms of footballers, like you put Nunes in I'm not joking. You put Nunes, give me Nunes in five-a-side or seven-a-side. I'm crunching him. That guy couldn't turn me for shit.
Can we
You know what? Yeah,
that
Lawless.
man just said it in 5-a-side. But anyway, this is
Yeah, but even in 11, but even like I'm just saying,
because you're asking about Declan
footballers.
Rice. You're asking about Declan Rice, and then okay, the price of him is going to be at least 100 million. At least 100
Nah,
million.
I heard it's less. I heard it's.
Got
I
only
heard
1 year.
it's
I
less.
think he's only got 1 year left on his deal. Though I don't feel like
2
that.
years.
2 years.
can
Okay.
activate
Yeah.
it
Then
second
what? He's
year.
got 1 year left after this summer. Yeah.
No. This summer he's got 1 year, and then we can activate 2 year, second year. Which
Which of course you're gonna do. We've just done the same for Rashford. So
yeah.
yeah,
So
I think a fair fee for Declan Rice. It's like Jack Grealish, isn't it? Let's be honest. He's not £100 million player, but to what Aston Villa wanted, because what he's worth to that club, he was 100 million. Declan Rice to West Ham is 100 million, but really Declan Rice is a £55 million, £60 million player for me, and that's not saying he's bad. 55 to 60 million is still a good fee, but you wouldn't
no
say
player
Chelsea
is really worth what they go for. Let's be real.
Yeah, especially
yeah,
English
no
players.
player, exactly, no player. So West Ham are going to be looking for at least 90 million for me.
So what are we saying? Deckers and Enzo Fernandez in.
Cass, that don't scare me. I'm going to put it out there. Any Chelsea fans watching,
That's a very good pivot. I think Potter says he wants to go with a back four, and I think they're going to end up playing three in the midfield. You get Enzo, Deckers in the midfield together. That's quite a decent pivot, I'll be honest.
And
yeah, it is a
Declan Rice
decent
isn't
pivot.
even
But
the finished article now. I think each season he's continuing to develop and grow. You know what I mean? So and plus, like, I think the fact that he's our captain, I think that adds a few mils on there. So yeah, like, to me, I'll be kind of happy to see the back of him in a way of just like not having to hear about, oh, like, is he gonna go? Are you gonna keep him? But this is the problem. Moyes has to be gone because I do not trust
Who
him
do you want?
to
All right, to
spend money.
wrap up West Ham predictions and stuff, because it is a preview. Well, just on a general basis of it, who would you want to come in as your manager, and probably why?
I really want us to go ambitious and try the top level managers first, right? And then you work your way down. So first you go Poch. Poch says no. Okay, then you go down, right? To the next one. I've always said Mancini. I would like Mancini. I think he probably would come back to club football. They didn't make the World Cup, and then he's got another 2 years till we get to the Euros now. You know, I mean, I think you could tempt him, and he's worked with Scamacca before. Obviously at Italy, he knows him well. That would be a big choice for me is Mancini. See if you can tempt him. We have to be ambitious because, like I said, Villa got Emery, who was at Villarreal.
I mean, comparing Arsenal and West Ham, mate, it's
Arsenal.
Yeah, you know, you're
Aston
right.
Villa.
You're right. No. Oh, I thought you said when Arsenal got Emery at Villarreal. I'm
Oh,
thinking
Villa.
Oh,
Villa got Emery.
yeah, I suppose, but I
Yeah.
think Villa just got a takeover not too long ago, right? And they're actually improving their stadium as well. There's a lot going on in Villa and around the blocks.
But we've got new investment. We've just spent 170 million, as I said.
Yeah, you got Paquet. Yeah, you're right. You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
You're actually right. You're right. You're right. You actually.
You know
I think you've
what?
got
I
a better
wanna say
team. You've got a
just-
better team for me.
Just before you go on, Cass, as well, to different things, I just want to add on Declan Rice, yeah. For the first time in my life watching Declan Rice, because I always look at him as sort of a guy that works hard, does everything on the pitch for West Ham. He leads by example. That game against Arsenal on the other day, I don't know if you clocked it, Lawless, but his body language and the way he was moving around the pitch, it was the first time for me I ever thought Declan Rice is checked out. Like, not that he doesn't care about West Ham. He does, of course, care about West Ham. And it might just be a one-off game I was watching. But mentally, he just looked like he wasn't with it. And he was like, do you know what? I just want to change for myself and I want to change for the club. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be extra worried about this, but the manager change needs to happen soon, because the last thing you want, if you're then captain who's second in charge, you could say, to then check out as well. Like, Declan Rice can give you 100% until the end of the season if he knows he's getting his move. But when I was watching that Arsenal game against West Ham, he went 1-0 up. Then as soon as they went 1-1 and 2-1, I just felt like he looked like dejected.
I got a better question. I got a better
question.
question than Ty, you know. Would you trust Moyes with another January transfer window? Like another window? That's the question.
Exactly,
Do you
no.
trust your manager? That's it, right?
100% no. You've just spent money on Skamaka, who I'm not going to say is a bad player, but he's not worked
Baller.
out. Paqueta, who's not really a pivot, man. Let's be
Cornet,
real.
don't even get a start. How does he not get a start?
Well, he's
Yeah,
been
like-
injured. I don't know what's gone on with his mystery injury with Cornet, but yeah, I can't see what throw it. Like, you know, usually you get to January transfer window and you think, oh, if we can get another striker, we can get a new left back, a new this in. That will help us. That will kick us on. I cannot see how signing more players makes a difference.
No,
Because you don't need anybody. You don't need anybody.
I think they do. I think they need another centre-mid.
No, they don't.
I think they
You
need
get a
Based on the
manager now who
squad.
signs his players in January.
Based on the squad, they don't need anybody. They have two
Yeah.
strikers, they have wingers in Bowen, they have fullbacks. Yes, Cornet is injured, but he will come back at some point. They have center backs, they have a good goalkeeper. They don't need
Where
anybody. They might want somebody. They might want somebody, but they are not in need.
So what's your all right, to move it on then quickly then, Mo? What's your prediction or all the boys' predictions on the West Ham game? I actually think Brentford away's record is shit. It stinks more than their home record tenfold. And same with West Ham, their home record isn't as bad as people make it out to be. I'm gonna go with 1-1.
Interesting. I mean, I'll let you guys say yours. I'll leave mine till last. I want to hear what you lot say.
West Ham 3-1.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go 1-0 Brentford. I think they're gonna just nick. I just think they're gonna nick it somehow. And then
You're gonna see Lawless on Twitter, like, if Tony scores, like, that guy's meant to be fucking banned.
And that's what
he's meant to be in jail, cuffed up, away from the Prem. What's he still doing here? 242 charges, 242 problems, but beating West Ham ain't won.
He's scoring. He's scoring tonight. There's no two ways about it. Ivan Toney is scoring at least one goal. We struggle to score goals, but their defensive record ain't the best, so I do think we'll get a goal, but I think they'll beat us 2-1. I think once they score, the atmosphere is going to turn bad in that. It's going to be tense tonight. It's already going to be tense. It's going to be on edge. And the longer we go without scoring, it's going to get more tense. And then once they score, mate, it's going to turn toxic. So,
Daily Swift said Tuchel, ambitious managers. That is ambitious. I'm going to go through some of the comments as well.
Ambitious.
Big up the Wiki Ticky in it. 123 says, didn't you hear his interview, Ty? He just couldn't hang in that midfield battle, bro. That's simple. He got shown up next to that scrub Suchek. A lot of people. Amin in the building as well. Amin Ismail, CR in the building, or SYAH, Lucky Singh, Craig Lee. Love to see loads of familiar faces. Guys, make sure you're following Dan as well, Ty and Mo. And if you want myself, I don't really care if you do or don't. I'm not really big on social media like that. It's only you guys. I have to stay on
Another plug as well, guys. We are only 5 away from 6,000 subscribers. 6K, 5 away. Literally, it could be 5 of you new are watching today. So big up for coming. If you hit that subscribe button, it helps us a lot, and we'll be at 6K, and we can move on in 2023. So big up, everyone inside, man.
I'm not too sure how many likes we're on. I think we're on 69 likes, bro. You already know before the World Cup we was running up 150, 200 minimum. We're barely scratching 100. So take some time out of your days right now watching us. Takes half a second to like the thumb. Like, if you don't know what it looks like, go underneath your phone in the left. There's 162 people in there at the moment. I think a little bit more. 73 likes. You know what? It's going to be a point in time where I'm going to turn into a dickhead Cass again, yeah? And I'm just going to stop the stream and stop talking, and you can just watch us smile. I'll be real. That's just the way I run it. I do what I took a note out of Lewis's boat. No, Lewis does it all the time. Look, if you love Never a Foul, and obviously I love the people that do support the channel. You know, you want to see Lawless talk on West Ham, pretty much the biggest rep for West Ham out there in my eyes, and all that kind of stuff. Ty, obviously knowing what he knows, Mo being the general football consensus, knowing pretty much football all over the world, mate. You know what I'm saying? It's all there for you, but if you want us to stop talking, we can just, we can play sign language. I can mute this. But no, big up to everyone that is here. I like to see that it's on 85 and growing. Oh yeah, and Happy New Year to all you, man. Even you guys in there as well, of course. I don't think I'll be back until New Year's. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, I'm trying to think. It's only Liverpool Leicester tonight, isn't it now?
Oh, because that's where we're moving on to. Liverpool versus Leicester. Madison versus Van Dijk.
I think Madison's still injured,
is he even back? Is he even back? You know, he was
still
ill.
out.
I think he's still out.
Yeah.
No. Let's put it like this, Mo. He's still out. He's just waiting for his... Look, Craig Lee, look, he's got the badge right there. That's what he's waiting for. That's what he's waiting for, is that Newcastle move, in my opinion.
What, in January?
Yeah, I think they go get him.
Yeah, I think he goes Newcastle in January. Like this is just the most obvious move in the Premier League, to be honest. This is the most obvious one in the Premier League.
What is it? Does it still expire? Wow. When does it still expire? The following year? 2024?
Yeah. So I think 50 million quid they got him.
I think 40 million. They can't. Leicester need money fast.
Could that make them title challengers? That's the thing.
Hold on. What?
Yeah.
What did Dan just say? Title. Talking about title challenge.
They're up there. Why not? If Arsenal get labelled it, why can't Newcastle? I mean, they're not far off.
They're on the same points as they're 2 points off of Man City. They've got the best form in the league right now. They've won all of their last 5. Now
they're the best defense.
Yeah, they've conceded the best. They conceded the least.
And they're gonna splash in January,
What, Lawless? Do you generally think that if they get right, they've got Isaac to come back, they've got Callum Wilson to come back, Seth Maximum's gonna come back into the frame, and if they get 2 players, do you think they could seriously challenge? Do you genuinely think that?
Yeah, I genuinely think they could. Like if they get those players back and then strengthen, get the likes of Madison. Look what they've been doing now. Look what Howe's been getting out of this team with the injuries. Imagine now they get these players back. Boy, I think we're gonna have to start looking at. I think they're getting top 4. I think they're definitely getting top 4.
I'm with you on this. I'm definitely with you on this. There is nobody. If you don't believe, if anybody doesn't believe that they're gonna get top 4, they just deluded. They want to sleep better.
Yeah, I do want to sleep better, Mo, and I still don't think they're gonna get top 4.
Like
Mo.
I saw a lot. I heard a lot of fans saying, "No, it cannot happen this year. It's too soon for them." You just don't want to believe it. You really are not looking at the facts.
I'm gonna go through a couple of. Actually, I'm gonna go through one comment in particular, yeah, because I know I want to keep running this into, but I'm just glad this man's here. Jordan Brown says Mo is a football thicko. He don't know football all over the world. I have to agree with you there, mate. Jordan, I think you're spot on. Wait, Captain Harris, Lawless is I think that's a cat emoji or a clown. I wonder. Yo. All right, let me get this. Come from my man's opinion.
My biggest fan.
What, Harris?
Yeah, my biggest fan.
Is he always followed you?
No, I don't know who the fuck he is, to be honest.
Nah, to be fair, look, if you're calling him a clown on his football opinion, great. If you're gonna come for him personally, don't do that. I'll remove you. Simple as that. You know we don't do that in this chat. I'm watching
anyway,
today.
Let's talk about Liverpool. Forget Newcastle. Let's talk about Liverpool. Let's talk about Darwin Núñez. Let's talk about
100 million. Well, 80 million for work rate and the 5.2 score on Sofa rating, like Sofa score.
80 million for chaos. Yes.
And he got man of the match.
80 million for chaos.
Yeah, pure chaos. Look, Liverpool fans believe there's a player in there, and fair enough in it. You have to believe in your man, right, Ty, in it. So it's like, for me. Liverpool won this game. Leicester look absolute shit. I think Brendan Rodgers' days are pretty much numbered anyways. I don't think he sees out the season, or if he does, he's going to get, changed over. Obviously, Liverpool, no Cody Gakpo till January, of course, and whatnot. So I can't really see them struggling. Even with a midfield like that, I think Leicester's midfield looks even worse.
I think, like, Leicester, as much as, I don't know, I think Ron Rodgers is a decent manager, but I just think their team... financially they're in a bad place, and I don't think he's been fully backed as he should. He's got a few players aging out like Vardy and that, and then obviously he's had injuries there with Maddison and Tielemans. Maddison came back on fire. So I do feel for him. But at the moment, I just think they're in banging trouble. I can't see them getting anything out of this game, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Leicester are just in that where they spent loads of money 2 summers ago. The owners basically said, no, we're not going to spend no money. We've got to work with what you got, the Boubacar Samaris and stuff like that. Second season, see what you can get out of them. And they've just not been good enough. Unfortunately, Castagne's getting loads of injuries. James Justin, then again, Achilles injury. Like, they've just been hit with a bit of bad luck. But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to disagree with you lot. I actually think Darwin Núñez, in 2 or 3 years, all he's got to do is start sticking that ball in the back of the net. And once he does, he's a problem, man. I know people technically...
Ty, what's the difference between him and Timo Werner?
No, I actually do think he's better than Timo Werner, to be fair. I actually do. Like,
honestly, tell me the difference between, look, they're similar in pace. He's got a bit more height. He's got a bit more height.
The same thing.
They pick up very good positions. They got both shifted onto the left wing because they can't do striker. They can't finish. Let's face it.
I feel like with Núñez,
he's not a finisher though, bro.
I feel like with Núñez, like he's stronger than Werner. I think physically he looks more better and suited to the Premier League. He presses better. I think if he was putting the ball in the back of the net and these chances, he's already on 12 plus in the league this season. I get it, he hasn't. Some people can say he hasn't scored, but the fact that he's getting himself into these positions and he's causing this, I call it calculated chaos. I just think once he starts putting the ball in the back of the net, maybe next season, I think, they've got a problem there for other teams because he's not one of them players that you want to defend against because he just is a nuisance. But I get it. Like, when he signed for 80 million, you're playing for Liverpool, you've been competing for trophies. You don't, as rivals, us lot here don't support Liverpool. We don't want to see Núñez doing well. So when he's missing these chances, we want to get onto it. But if he was scoring them, we're all sitting there thinking, do you know what? United fans would be there saying, we should have signed him. Football works in weird ways. It's 4 months in. But I know that he hasn't got the qualities yet of like, oh my God, he's going to be absolutely elite. But I do see that raw potential that if he starts putting the ball in the back of the net, he's got a unique profile that's going to piss me off as a rival fan. That's what I think.
Yeah. But do you think Liverpool are going towards this style of play? Someone like a tap-in going like
Gakpo, Núñez and Salah. It's not the best technically. That's just more explosive.
Gakpo technically is not bad. I know you're a Man United fan. You want to say that because you didn't get the guy. You're gonna keep saying this and this.
No. Let's not. Wait. Whoa. This guy tried it.
Mo.
Absolutely. No.
No.
Give me a break.
Mo,
go watch reels. I don't watch enough from Gakpo in the World Cup. He was dribbling every game 2, 3, 4 times successful dribbles.
No,
the most dribbles in the Netherlands.
I've been so vocal.
I didn't watch enough in the Eredivisie, but you Man United fan.
Wait,
I'm just gonna come and say he's not good enough
Mo
because he was hijacked, and that's what you're gonna say.
Oh wait.
It's simple,
Mo,
bro.
are you coming at me by the way, or Ty? Because you know.
Not you, because you didn't want him. You did no. I'm talking about Ty is talking about Gakpo is not technically good. What I didn't watch enough from him, but for you to come in and say he's not technically enough, I've watched him in the World Cup.
I'm on about Salah, Núñez, and
scoring both feet.
Go on, carry on.
Okay, Ty. Salah, you're talking not technically enough. The guy dribbles, the guy crosses both feet, and then Gakpo. I'm talking about Núñez, and then you went to talk about Gakpo. We're talking about Núñez. Why did you talk about Gakpo and Salah?
Because it's about Liverpool.
Yeah, because it's about Liverpool. Núñez doesn't have to be the most technical. He's there to put the ball in the back of the net.
But older style, one more question. Older style during the last 7 years is having a good technically false 9 or a number 9 like Firmino. So now they're shifting towards a tap-in striker like this, like Núñez. As long as Jurgen Klopp is there, is this the style he wants? We didn't see in the last 7 years.
Yeah, I think he's probably adapting and changing because Diogo Jota is kind of the mix of both. And I think Jota doesn't really do the Firmino role. And then Núñez is the other side of it. So for me, to be honest, I think they're trying to adapt in terms of the way of how Man City have got a Haaland in. Man City have not really had that sort of striker with Aguero, then had a little gap. Haaland now just a goal scorer, puts it in the box, number 9, there you go. But the thing is, I think what you need now, with the Premier League getting better with different teams, you need different styles to win games. And I think having Núñez and having Firmino gives you fixture proof. If you're playing a team where you're like, you know what, when you're playing Man City, okay, you want to start off Firmino, he can drop in and sort of help out the defensive side of things. But then if you're playing a Brentford at home or a Leicester tonight, perfect example, Leicester tonight, you know Liverpool are going to get chances and dominate against a shit defence. So you put Núñez in, who'll probably get 2 early goals by 30 minutes, and they could be 2-0 up on paper. So for me, I think Núñez works. I think Gakpo, By the way, I'll need to come back to you on this because I know you said you weren't coming for Cass. Gakpo, by the way, is a good signing for Liverpool. And I put a TikTok out there that's going out today. Manchester United made the right choice in not signing him, and Liverpool made the right choice in signing him. Man United didn't need him because we want a proper number 9, and we've got 3 left wingers in Sancho, Garnacho, and Rashford already, and he's predominantly a left-sided forward, so we didn't need to go and sign him because he would be playing on the left competing with them. If he was a right-sided forward who could play up front, then yes, perfect competition for Anthony, but it wouldn't make sense to Manchester United, whereas Liverpool, injuries to Jota, injuries to Diaz on the left-hand side, they need a left-sided forward, and also he can play up front at times, but they've got Firmino and Nunes that predominantly can do that. So as a business and what Klopp's doing, it's the perfect signing for Liverpool. It doesn't mean that I didn't want Gakpo or whatever. I'm happy for Manchester United not to sign him because I think we can use that money elsewhere and improve the squad in different ways. We've already got as a squad, and what Liverpool want is perfect for them, and what Manchester United need as a squad is perfect for us. It's simple as that, Mo. That's how football is.
So what are we thinking? I'm gonna go with 3-0 on. Yeah, 3. I think Liverpool with 3-0, man. And I think Salah gets another goal. I think even Punez gets a goal, man.
Yeah, battering, huh? Like Leicester have no chance, huh?
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I think they're gonna get bad, man.
I'm going 3-0. Yeah.
Yeah, if there's no Maddison, then yeah, 3-0 out. Yeah, I would say.
Even if Maddison, they can't defend with. They keep playing a Marty at the back.
I think they'd get a goal. If you said Maddison, I would say like a 3-1 or something. Like, do you know what I mean?
I suppose so. Yeah.
So, Cass, we need the likes are not even at 100.
Yeah, 2 likes.
We have 175.
People here, 2 likes away from 100 likes minimum. Let's get this up. Let's raise that if you don't mind, guys. And also, lastly, I think we're like 2 away from 6K, 6,000. Imagine that. 6K subs. A little marquee there before the end of the year. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you haven't liked the video,
I want to see it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah, make sure you like the video. I'm still seeing 99, bro, or 101 now. Okay, now we're talking.
Make sure you go and check out Lawless's channel as well, people. West Ham Fan TV. Make sure you go and hit them up. Big up them every time. Obviously, the work rate's sick.
Watch along tonight. It's gonna be explosive. Let's say that.
Yeah. Big up Jace, man.
Yeah, yeah. So I sold my ticket to him, so I'm gonna be on there with Jace.
Yeah, it's going to be eventful. I might tune in.
Next game up, early kickoff Saturday. Man United versus Wolves away.
Cass, I'm going to be real with you, bro.
No, I'm not.
This has got no win written all over it. 12:30.
It's got draw. I don't know what it is, but it just screams 0-0 draw to me.
Bro,
1-1.
And do you know what it screams for me? 1-1 or 1-0 Wolves. When they've got new man, I swear, yeah, I'm not even trying to say this as a Man United fan. We always seem to play teams when they've got something happening for them. First manager's home game in the league, like, I just know what's coming. Lopetegui as well. They beat us in the Champions League, I think he did with Sevilla. Europa League with Sevilla. I just feel like 12:30 Molineux, horrible place to go. Not great football, but they've got Nunes and Neves. They'll probably start Adama. It's just written in the stars that we're not going to go there and win, and we're going to have to watch everyone else win. I'm not confident at all. I know we beat Nottingham Forest, and people can say, oh, but how can you beat Nottingham Forest and then go into this Wolves game and not think like that? But as a Man United fan, me and Cass know when it's 12:30, these Molineux new manager syndromes, it's not a place you want to be.
And about the comeback against Everton is going to give them an extra boost.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I forgot about that as well. 90th minute, even to add 90th minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll probably announce Matthias Cunha on the pitch somehow. Like,
it's meant to be a tough game for you.
They
could have just went to Everton, went to Goodison Park, got slapped, and then went to the Molineux. It's done. But it had to be a comeback, 90th minute, new signing. Oh my God, yeah. I can see this being a tough game, but I still see Man United, to be honest, pulling through. Listen, you play the football is too good to be losing to a struggling team like Wolves. To be honest, I'm watching the Man United game last game, and it's too good. I'm not just saying that. It looks fluid. It looks like players know exactly where to be, what to do. The plan is happening. The coach on the side is giving the right instructions, and every player know exactly what to do. Luke Shaw, the center back, no problem. Who cares? It's a system that works. You know what I mean? Exactly.
He was class, Mo. He was class.
Well, Martinez and Varane are going to start. That's a fact. Martinez could have stayed for Tagliafico. I think he was going to stay for Tagliafico's wedding. He said, "Nah, I'm going back to Manchester." That guy just loves to play football. Clearly, that's what you want to see in players. But if you told me last year and we had them sort of players, they'd be like, nah, ban it. I'm gonna stay in my country and
That
do
does
whatever.
give us more confidence, Cass, in it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw,
And I don't know
back.
who's gonna start. Whether it's gonna be a Malacia or something. I think Malacia deserves it in a way, but Luke Shaw just
Was he
looks...
good, Kath? Was he good?
He weren't
No,
good.
you know what? Last game, there was
Him and
there were
Anthony.
little bits here and there where I feel like just be more brave, man. You look a bit more like do something a bit more. But Luke Shaw just looks like the cutting mustard at the moment.
He is, man.
At left back. Even Wan-Bissaka had a decent game, but that don't fool me. That's Darwin Núñez at right back.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to see that. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, nah, man. I need Diogo Dalot should be back as well, right? Like, he should...
Wan-Bissaka, do you know what? I've got to be real. I've got to keep it 100. He actually had a good game the other night, man. I was actually very happy for him. I'm not saying that he's going to stay here and do what he has to do for years to come, but for him as a player, he's got on, he's cracked on with the work, he's been injured. That's his first start since August. Like, to come in and just play like that, I was like, do you know what? I'm happy for him, man. I know he's not the finished article and whatnot, and he has them flaws in his game, but, you know, I was happy for him, man. He was better than Malacia, 100%.
Back-to-back games, huh? Back-to-back games with good performances.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And
the
you know, I'm happy
game,
for him to start against Wolves on the weekend, because we're going to dominate the ball and then they're going to try and hit us on transition. He's brilliant at defending. So, I'm really happy for Wan-Bissaka. Obviously, Dalot is the better player.
Dalot's going to be playing this week. He has to be playing, right?
I don't think he's back in training.
Why is he not back in training? He got knocked out in the flipping quarterfinals. This is what I mean about some of these men, bro.
He's got a hamstring injury, Cass.
Yeah, and so do I, but I'm still going out today. But anyways,
What's about Wan-Bissaka? Because we're actually linked with him in
oh,
January,
please take him.
You don't want that.
He'd be good at West Ham.
Lawless, you don't want that.
No, he's a great option.
He'd be good at West Ham, man.
Dufal might be going, so I think we're going to need to replace him.
And I don't think Kera, basically, put it this way, Kera is a centre-back playing at right-back at times, and I don't really rate Kera like that. Wan-Bissaka is better than Kera, and Wan-Bissaka in that team right now, when you've got a Jared Bowen, how I'm looking at it is who plays ahead of him? Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen works hard defensively, but Jared Bowen, you want to get further up the pitch. Last year, when you guys are doing well, Lawless, Jared Bowen was a very, very high instrumental part of that. I feel like if you've got Wan-Bissaka back there, that then actually also gives Bowen a bit more freedom to then get forward into these positions. So you're going to have to take the flaws with Wan-Bissaka in terms of, you know, his crossing at the best. Well, I know you guys are a big team. You like to get your crosses in. But defensively, I do feel like he's solid. And I don't think you guys are actually that solid defensively. Creswell's good going forward, but he's not that great going back. Dawson's older. Kera, you know, question marks about him. So Wan-Bissaka, you know, defensively solid. So it would actually...
I talked about Rice's value there. I think we're going for a loan, but how much do you think Wan-Bissaka's worth?
Give me 10 million.
Wow, okay.
That tells you how bad the player is, Lawless. That tells you how bad the player is.
By the way, we have finally hit 6K subs.
But
my prediction for the end of the year, I'm not joking. You doubted me, Ty, Daps.
I did.
You thought 5,000 maybe. I said, who says we can't get 6 or 7 at the end? I'm gonna bring that.
Yeah, now you did. I'll give you that optimism.
Yeah, and big up Olu as well. He says for the super chat, he says, let's see how roundabout AK Anthony plays. Mr. Beyblade will play. And look, he had a baddish game, innit? Let's face it, he had a baddish game against Nottingham Forest. He could have left with a goal, but just because this is what I mean, just because he's had one bad game, the other games he has played that I've seen in the Prem, they haven't been bad. Like even against Everton, he could have left with 2 goals and an assist. Ronaldo decided he wanted to shoot and score, even though I think he did that game. But it's just, you know what I mean? Like he ain't had bad games. It's just he just done one spin around, spin a Rooney kind of thing, and then in a game that it didn't matter. Well, it did matter, but it was 0-0.
We just need competition for him there. I think when Sancho comes back, we can see what he done in pre-season on the right. I think he can give Anthony that good competition, and that helps us a lot, to be honest. And I think we have to sort of just move from there. Lawless, by the way, just asking you and Mo. I know Mo thinks we're going to get top 4, and he's been actually one of the first that's strong on it. Now you see Manchester United forgetting the start of the season and looking at Spurs, Chelsea. No one's really picking up form apart from sort of Arsenal, City up there. Obviously, Newcastle, like you said, they could challenge. Do you think United can get top 4, or do you see Liverpool getting it ahead of us?
Man, that is tough because things are looking positive for Man United now. I think it comes down to Liverpool and Man United. Like I think that 4th spot is between you two, right? I think Man City,
who did you say?
Newcastle sewn it up.
Man City and Liverpool.
Man City, Arsenal, and Newcastle.
Oh, I thought you nearly said Tottenham now. I thought, wait, whoa.
No, they're dropping off.
They're dropping off. So it's between Man United and Liverpool. And I can just see Liverpool, the experience of Klopp, just edging it. It's Ten Hag's first season, right? For him, like the task isn't really like if he misses out on top four, it's not going to be the end of the world because next season is when he gets,
Yeah.
the next window go again, right? Whereas I feel like Klopp, as much as they was poor early on, I just think they've got so much quality in that side that have played with each other for a long time. This is a new project for you lot. So I think that's
100%.
where what's going to hold you back from getting it. So I think 5th spot will probably drop to Man United and Liverpool will get that 4th spot. So, but like I said, it's going to be tight. So I think you could be in it. It's, all the way up until the end. So it's so far it's looking good. I need to see a little bit more of Man United after this World Cup with Ronaldo gone and all of this stuff and see what the new era is saying, what you do in January as well. Apparently, you're not spending in January, right?
Nah, we ain't
just
gonna be spending.
looking for loan deals.
And I even got a message yesterday that I don't think Yao Felix is gonna be coming either. I don't think.
This is the thing. So Liverpool are bringing in Gakpo and that, and you're not really strengthening like that. So I think things like that are gonna be
True.
Yeah, wait. Ty, do you don't think or do you know?
Kind of the message made me feel like Felix is a no-go.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I said this in yesterday's stream as well. I get it. I would love João Felix, bro. I really, really would at the club. But he's not what we need. What we need is a number 9. And if you can't purchase anyone. That's why I said Alvaro Morata is for a 6-month loan only because it's a different option and he's good in the air.
I would.
And because our manager has a good history now of bringing in confidence in players, like Rashford was in the depths of shit, and so was Martial. So was quite a few other players. Morata's mentality has been doolally for a minute, but he is good in the air. He actually had a decent
and he can link up and hold up the play. He's a similar profile to Martial.
It don't mean I want to buy him. It's just someone you can get off the bench, another option. Yep. He's not a bad football player in general. It's just that's who I'd rather get. I don't know about what you think about that, Mo, but I think a 6-month loan is not a bad shout. It's not big wages. You're not buying him. You ain't got actually. To be fair, it's either him or Choupo-Moting.
To be honest, with Anthony from the right side cutting in and crossing, Morata might get you 10 goals in just the second half of the season. It's not a bad option for.
And that's enough for me, anyways.
That's absolutely enough. But I think long term. With Martial, I think you'll need someone like a false 9, like a Tadic at Ajax, where he used to rely on Tadic, and I think Ty knows this. Like he used to like a false 9 at Ajax. He used to like the player that plays, and I think João Felix might be the guy, but I don't think you're gonna get him. It's gonna be too late by the summer. Someone will be getting him in this January.
You know what? As well, Chelsea are looking to splash big in January, so they could actually be a threat to United's top 4 hopes. Apparently, from what I'm hearing, they're going to go crazy. So
Enzo, they're going to get Enzo and a forward, which is kind of like.
Well, they're going to get Enzo and Kunku, and they're going to definitely recruit somewhere, and Badiashile, another centre back.
Yeah. So I just think so they're going to be a threat, but I feel like Potter's lack of experience at that end could be what holds them from getting that.
Yeah, and they're still in the Champions League as well, which I don't think their squad's a.
Ty, what about Marcus Thuram?
He's shit.
He's linked
I don't want him, Mo. Do you know what? He runs like his hamstrings are tight all the time. He can't run.
He's got them high-ass shorts, man. Like, you know what I mean? He's waiting for someone to boot him in his
He runs weird, cast, man. I watch him, I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. But you know what? Marcus Thuram, he was actually linked to Liverpool before they got Gakpo. I do feel like he's one of them good guys that will be an option for maybe, a team that's fighting for Europa League. I don't think he's actually top 4 level, if I'm totally honest with you. How much and Gladbach are in Germany, where they go to Europa League and finish 5th, 6th? I feel like that's sort of where he could be in the Premier League.
We'll enter in advanced conversations with him.
I don't know why we don't. In the summer, I don't know why Man United don't. It's not that Kwalo Mawani, that guy. Like
from Frankfurt,
yeah, he's not going to cost a lot in over there, and I think he's one of the new upcoming strikers that would definitely look
he's
good.
Got the second most assistant.
Olu says if bringing Morata, Man U are doing money laundering. If you don't know, my guy, most clubs do money laundering, whether you like it or not. Every billionaire's got something behind them, or rich ass millionaires. There is some form of it, or whatever. Don't hate. Anyways,
score predictions.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
1-1.
That's the second time you took my prediction that I had in my head. I said
3-1-1 then.
I'm in your head rent free.
No,
man.
I still see Man United nipping this one like.
So we
2-1 or
haven't won. By
something,
the way,
or 3-1.
again, I'll repeat it. Man United have not won 3 consecutive away games, winning 3 Ws in away games since the 1960s. Not even Alex Ferguson done that.
Wow.
What? 3 away games in a row?
Yes.
Are
3
you
consecutive
joking?
3 consecutive Ws. It will be like a WW draw WW or something like
In
that.
the league, or
Where
in
down?
Does
the
that
league?
mean, Kat? Does that mean you never did like a 7-game winning streak or something?
I think we done like
since-
I think before we have gone on like a 10-game winning streak, but that was a lot of them were home games at that point, and they were mixed like home, away, like I don't.
Wow, that's
Wow.
That's insane.
That's interesting. I didn't
So
know
you
that.
win this game tomorrow, build Ten Hag a statue.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah,
better
why
than
not?
Alex
Aye, it's
Ferguson
confirmed.
already.
It's confirmed. Who have we got up
Hey,
next, anyways?
200
Got
200 people.
Newcastle Leeds, but I feel we just we
200
touched on Newcastle already, really. So
Yeah, just 200 people, and then we need to reach the 150 likes, guys. Just it's underneath your live chat. If you're on your phone, just close it. Hit that like button for us. Make sure it's highlighted. That thumbs up. It helps us big time. Let's get to 150. Let's help us expand more.
big up, man. Make sure you
6K
do that.
road to 10K now.
Yeah, and also people subscribe to West Ham Fan TV. Lawless is on there today doing a watch along as well against Brentford. Huge game for them. So make sure you go and subscribe to West Ham Fan TV as well. Let's do Brighton. Let's do Brighton Arsenal.
Look at Morata's total transfer fees, money laundering. Ollie says in the super chat. You know what? I won't put that past you. Next one, I'm just gonna round off a quick few Premier League 3 o'clock games. By the way, because I don't want to run bare time. So just let's get some predictions out here. Man City, Everton.
4-0 Man City.
Yeah, I'll go, and he's gonna get his goal.
5.
Haaland.
5 hat-trick Haaland.
I'm gonna go with a different scoreline. I'm gonna say 2-0. I think it's a 2-0 game. I think Frank Lampard's gonna sit back and he's still gonna lose.
Yeah, 3-0 Man City. I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be super crazy levels because of that. But I think once the second goal goes in, they'll be good for the third. So.
There's not really much to really speak on the Man City game and Everton. Everton are shit. Man City are great. Obviously, if that's he'll put more context in it. Grealish, I'm pretty sure Man City fans will be hoping for Grealish to pretty much.
Can we not say he's a flop now? Can we say that? Can we say he's a flop?
Well, yeah, lots of people. To be fair, lots of people have been saying
They're gonna
so
come
far.
back to you, Lawless. They're gonna tell you he had 2 assists last game, but they won't tell you he missed 2 sitters or 3 sitters. The game should have been done first half, but he's the one who missed the chances. But they won't tell you that. They will tell you that.
Well, someone
he
that
had
will
2
tell you
assists.
that. Daps will tell you that so far he has been a flop, and it's as easy as that. It's like he has been so far, but it will judge it obviously upon the end of the season. Let's move on to the next one. We have got Fulham versus Southampton.
Ooh.
Fulham win.
2-1 Fulham.
I honestly think Southampton get relegated this season.
That's what I see it now.
They're rooted to the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
Fulham are looking decent.
Especially
I
at
think
home as well, right?
Yeah,
Is
home.
Mitrovic back?
Easy Fulham win 2-0.
Yeah, Mitrovic back as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
2-1 Fulham.
Mitrovic back. Yeah, Southampton. Did they get a new manager yet? Or are they still
Not yet.
Yeah, they've got a new manager from Luton near us, Nathan Jones.
Oh,
down
that's
the
the
road from me.
guy. Oh, yeah. Oh, my
Yeah, got Nathan Jones. He's a good manager, but I'll be honest with you, like a lot of Luton fans that I know, like he plays a diamond. He likes to play a diamond, but he's in his ways. He went to Stoke and it flopped. So it's one of them ones I feel like he might just be really suited to one club. I don't know if it'll work at Southampton in the Prem. We'll see.
We'll see.
Next up as well, Bournemouth Crystal Palace. Pretty easy.
Ooh.
Palace need a win, you know. I think they're.
I've been
Yeah,
saying
and I heard
this.
Palace
I've
got
been
2
saying
red-
this.
Palace got 2 red cards in the last game. So Tompkins and Mitchell are out.
Yeah, Tarek Mitchell got a straight
Yeah,
check,
he
and
big-
Tompkins got 2 yellows. And
Do you know
it was
what
kind of a
Bournemouth
weird
like?
game.
Bournemouth might do the upset. You know, Kiefer Moore.
They haven't been bad. They haven't been that bad.
Anybody-
They haven't been that bad. at home.
Ty, do you think? I know you like Patrick Vieira, right? Like as a coach. Do you think he's in danger at all if they finish like bottom 5
No.
in the league?
Nah.
Especially
I
with
think-
the
I think
talent. He has one of the most talented teams in the league.
Yeah, and you gotta
Don't
wait
you
to
You
agree?
know
nurture-
what?
you gotta
though?
nurture that.
Talented. I think there's a difference. I think there's talent and overachieving. And I think where you've got Elise and Eze coming in, I don't know if people expect him to be that good that quick. I feel like next year is like the full season for Patrick Vieira. So
Yeah,
get
they
a
need a
couple
bit
of
more
signings.
experience in that team.
He needs a
besides
bit
just
more
Arsenal.
experience. Yeah, exactly. And I think to finish 13th or 12th is cool. I think, but next year, I think if he signs a few players, he's got to then start taking them into that sort of top half of the table. because I didn't think he was going to do that great after his Nice record. He got sacked early there, but he's come in and he's sort of been pretty impressive in terms of his man management. But you don't know if that might wear off. Let's see.
To come in after Roy Hodgson, like I was expecting a real long-term project anyway, like not like a quick fix, because that's a whole different style and a different mindset he's trying to instill. So yeah, I think he's pretty comfortable. But yeah, next season, like you said, he's got to kick on. So I think this game I can see a 2-2 draw, to be honest.
That's what I said, 2-2. Yeah.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Bournemouth. Next game up, Forest versus Chelsea. Now let me tell you for free, even I've done that the wrong way. It should be Mason.
Did you do Newcastle Leeds? Or we?
Yeah. Of course I did. I've done all these graphics myself, G.
Did you?
Yeah, don't worry. It's all the 3
What
o'clock
did you
games.
predict? What did you predict? I didn't even hear.
Well, no, we ain't done it yet. Oh, sorry, no, we ain't done it yet. Forest versus Chelsea. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I think it's gonna be 1-1.
What?
No, look, Liverpool went up there and we see something different. Look, Forest end of the
And
year,
you know what? The
home
Reece
games
James
buzzing.
injury, the Reece James injury is like...
It's just like, yeah, exactly.
It hurts Chelsea. Like, he's so important. I hear Cass what he's saying. Like, I feel like with Aspilicueta, it's a different type of Chelsea. If Chelsea are going to win, it's not going to be pretty. They're going to grind it out like 2-0 or 2-1. It won't be pretty. So I know why Cass has kind of got that optimism. Like, it's one of them games with all this. Is like, Forest score first in the first 20 minutes and the atmosphere changes. It could be one of them Sundays. You know what I'm saying? Sundays, 4:30, dark, floodlights. You never know. Chelsea should win 2-0 for me, but
Forest are diabolical. Like, to be honest, they're absolutely terrible.
But Mo, people thought they were terrible. But from Cass's side of it, people thought they were terrible when, you know, they played Liverpool, but they still beat Liverpool. So it can just happen. It can just happen.
I know it can, but
I think Chelsea win 2-0, but they were shit against us, by the way. The worst team I've seen play Man United play live.
Yeah, I agree as well. I'll be honest. So I don't know what you were saying. I said draw 1-1. Yeah.
I got 2-0 Chelsea.
Oh no, you
2-1 Chelsea.
You lot are boring, man.
2-0 Chelsea.
I need someone's dropping points. This someone is 100% dropping points this
weekend. We know who we're coming to them. We know who. Yes. Yeah. You're on my left. We're on my
wavelength. You lot are in hope. You're still doubting these, man. Next one, Newcastle Leeds. I think it's gonna be a slaughterhouse. I think I'm going 4-0.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's at Newcastle as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at Newcastle. It's at home. It's at St. James's Park. It's not going to be easy for me.
I don't want to be controversial, and I don't need to be controversial. Newcastle are just tear them apart and just going to win the game.
Leeds away as shit for me as well. Yeah, I'm not going to...
Leeds are going to run. They're going to run like maniacs, and then Newcastle just going to hit them 1-2. The game's over. That's how I think it's going to go.
Yeah, I think so as well. So it's just, I don't know what guys in the comments as well, what you guys think, but Newcastle, I just feel like they're gonna absolutely smash.
Yeah, they'll win tomorrow.
I think Almiron also scores another goal. What do you think? I think he's gonna continue his record.
Yeah, he's looking good. I've always sort of rated him, but this is the first time where he's really got
10 goals, Lawless.
He was good when he was in America, man. I can see the brightness in him.
Doing good.
And then obviously next up, I didn't even do them. My bad. I didn't even do them. So I forgot to do the Arsenal one. But Arsenal, just to wrap it, I'm not going to talk on Tottenham. Not going to talk on the Sunday games. Just strictly Saturday.
I'm just going to say this.
Let's have a little 5 minutes.
5:30, Brighton at their ground. Obviously, the way they're playing and everything versus Arsenal is going to be, I think, a very expressive game for both teams. I don't know. We've got about 10 minutes max to really talk on why you guys think they're going to slip up this weekend. Like, I was going to put Arsenal in a title and say, will Arsenal slip up? Might get more people. I'm not doing that clickbait. I genuinely think Man United might slip up this weekend. I don't think Arsenal do.
Mo's smiling. Mo wants to say something.
I don't think Arsenal do, personally.
Listen, the Derby ball, man. The Derby ball is just going to... I think the Derby ball versus Arteta ball, I picked the Derby ball, to be honest. Like, this guy coming to Brighton, and I thought he's gonna struggle. He struggled to score first, and then they're scoring for fun now. They're scoring goals for fun. I watched the highlights in the last game, and it was just too easy for them to go to the goal. And Adam Lallana after the game even said it's very hard to listen to this guy's instructions, but once we do them on the pitch, football became so easy that we're not thinking about it. It's so easy. Hopefully they can do the same. Well, I'm not against Arsenal, but I like the way Brighton plays with unknown players. They just put them this way. The Mitomas, who heard about Mitoma before he joined Brighton?
And their
All these
bogey team
players.
as well. Brighton are Arsenal's bogey team.
For me, Brighton, to be honest, if Arsenal win this game, which is they still have the bigger chance. If I put my money, I'll still put my money on Arsenal. But if they win this game, they are, I don't want to say the real deal because they're already in the leading team in the title, but they're going to prove to everybody that there's no stopping us. It will require way more than what you think to stop us from winning because Jesus, it didn't matter against West Ham.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that game, they won't have an easier game this season than the West Ham game, Arsenal. So I think that's going to give them false confidence in this sort of Jesus injury era, right? Or this period, and I think like this is going to be a proper test for them. So honestly, I think that there will be a bit of a shock to the system, and I think Brighton win this game 2-1. Honestly, I think they're gonna beat the Brighton.
I think I'm gonna have to throw it out there. Look, they're sick. I don't even know if they got McAllister back or anything, Brian. Yet I'm not too sure. It's not the point. I just think Arsenal is gonna have too much quality, and I don't think they don't really concede that many goals. If they do, it'll be 1, not 2. And I can't really see Arsenal dropping this game. I'm pretty much I'm going to stop doubting them and start maybe believing in them a little bit more because every time I want them to fall, they never do. So maybe if I believe in them, they'll fall. Get it? I'm trying to do the reverse psychology thing. So, but at the same time, I just want one slip up from them. Just one. I need the fans. I need the fans to just take it down a peg. But it won't stop them from screaming what they scream because they're like, we can afford to lose one game. But can they?
Okay, Cass, if you look at it right, yeah, I'm going to ask all you three. In terms of a 0 to 100%, what's your confidence in Arsenal being able to what's your belief in them winning the league? I want to see what all you three's percentages.
I think they I'll let Dan run it.
30.
Ooh. 30, you're saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think right now it's about a 40. I still think Man Utd
I'm gonna give them about 40, 45%. I think they can win the
right,
league
that's perfect then. So you man have said about 30 to 45%. They've got Newcastle after this. They've got Brighton, Newcastle, and then Manchester United. If they are let's say actually they beat all three. They beat United are at home, Newcastle are at home, and then they've got Brighton away, which is tomorrow. If they win all three of them, what are your percentages after that?
I think that's going to go up to like a 60, you know.
Yeah, about 70.
Like, I don't know if they win all of them.
Yeah, and that's their test. That's their test for me.
I'm going to be real with slapping them at Emirates. I'm so believing in it.
I said it. I said another thing. If it goes past match day 20 and they're still like 8 points ahead or something, and City slip somehow playing United and they slip 8 points ahead, match day 20, you're past halfway through. I have to say it's 50.
I think the moment
do you guys actually see them beating Brighton, Newcastle, and us though, and getting 9 points from these next three?
No.
Nah, you know what it is? I think we take points.
I'm not gonna hear. Go ahead.
I think we take points from. I think we take points from both City, whether it's a draw at home at Old Trafford or something. Obviously, I have to believe. I don't think we're going to lose at Old Trafford.
We've got them back to back, you know.
City, again, Arsenal. See the way Arsenal play, yeah? It's like, I've been saying it. I feel like we're anti what Arsenal want to do. Like, we can sit back and do this counter-attacking thing if you want to, man. And that's where they can get exposed. And I think we saw that against West Ham. There's loads of chance to expose them on a counter. And they're not going to... And Arteta's stubborn. He's not going to change the way he plays. And that's why I reckon... I don't think we're going to win there. I don't think... Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So
but I don't think...
nothing to really worry
That's what
about.
I was kind of getting at. I don't think we'll actually beat Arsenal at the Emirates. I think we might get a draw there. Like, do you get what I mean?
Why do we keep doubting them? Can someone explain this to me?
No, because it's the fans. No, it's the fans the way they are. That's it. It's not the team. It's actually the fans. This is the psychological battle of everything. This is the war of Twitter. Man United versus Arsenal, especially. It's just that I don't know.
The Europa League starts up again as well.
Yeah, but everyone's got to play games, man.
True.
And also we got we got FA Cup and we've got Thingy Cup as well.
They've got Partey, who's injury prone, Tierney, who's injury prone, Tomiyasu, who's injury prone. Jesus is already injured. Like, I'm telling you, I think people think that this little run is going to go on.
So
for the
what,
rest of the
Lawless?
season.
Do you think they're going to do that famous February, March drop off?
Yeah, I think they're going to have a bad patch, and I think once Man City overtake them, I think it's game over. It's
Well,
done.
Olu says, by the way, no Caicedo, no McAllister. Arsenal winning this midfield battle, and I have to agree with that.
Is there
one.
no Caicedo? Oh,
Apparently so. But all right,
They
so
always get lucky with.
I
that.
know. I was thinking
gonna-
the same thing.
so what is you guys' prediction? I'm gonna wrap up on a prediction. I'm gonna wrap up there. For me 2-1 Arsenal.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal. I think they keep a clean sheet and they actually make a statement again.
2-2.
Who's scoring for them? Saka and
Yeah, whoever. It don't matter who. Just somebody.
Nketiah again.
I think Odegaard. I think Odegaard's gonna score. He's
Odegaard.
balling. By the way, what a player!
He doesn't seem to travel as well though. He seems to be better at home, Odegaard, than away.
Yeah, I understand. I hear that, but I feel like as a captain now, with no Jesus there, it's maybe a time for him to maybe take that step up and say, do you know what? I need to grab the ball by the horns. You know what I'm saying? We'll see.
We'll see.
Has anyone else got anything to add as well before we?
Tottenham are
wrap everything up?
losing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
end it.
yeah. We'll
Tottenham
save
are
that for
losing.
Sunday. But
I'm
yeah,
just gonna put
interesting.
that there. 2-1 to Aston Villa. That's it.
Hey, yo, well, there you go. Hey, guys, by the way, 131 likes. Can we push this up before you leave? Just double check that if you haven't liked the video, you like the video. Make sure you go subscribe to everybody here. Well, you subscribe to Never a Foul, so that is everybody here. Dan, West Ham
Fan
TV.
TV. That's it. We're all here. Mimo and
Go
Cass
check
always
the
here. But West Ham
socials.
Fan TV, man, hit them up.
Yeah, man, and I'm still 100. There's got to be one of you. There's 131. It hasn't moved. It hasn't moved, man. Damn. I see how it is, you guys. We're a tough crowd. Don't like you lot no more. But hopefully you all enjoy your New Year's and everything. I'm not gonna be around. My mum's birthday, so I'll be back Sunday on New Year's Day.
Pick up the mumsy then.
Yeah. Mo, enjoy your time in Germany. It's cold there, as you said. It is what it is.
I'm coming to London in 2 days, bro.
Oh, don't worry. I'd say bring a coat as well. 'Cause it's cold here.
It's freezing. It's freezing. Honestly, even up in the Midlands, like right now, it's cold as fuck. But yeah, Dan, anything else you want to add?
No, like I said, come join us for the watch along, and it's going to be fun. Help us subscribe. We're on the road to 70k, so we want to smash that 70k by the end of the season.
Give us a shout out.
Well, I'll give you a shout out. Yeah. Drop in the chat. So we're trying to get there by end of season.
Yeah, I love that, man. Big up for coming on, Dan, as well. Appreciate it, bro. Always. I know. We're always messaging and that. Yeah, man. So now we'll definitely make sure we have a good 2023, man. And good luck tonight as well, by the way, because like I said, my missus' dad's going down there tonight, and he's on one already. So yeah.
And everyone watching this back, yeah, big up yourselves. And we'll be back. I think tomorrow. I think maybe tomorrow. I know it's New Year's Eve, so it might be a bit of a sticky one, but we'll see. But until then, I suppose it's goodbye.